Okay, so I thought I had to record this because this is insane. I'm at wave 54 in this new mobile game that I've been trying out. It's called Arcana Tactics, and it's pretty insane. I finally got into a defeat, but man, 50 waves, and I really can't express it. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the recording up earlier. Apologize about that. Had some technical difficulties, I would say, because this game, what do you call this? It's quite new. A lot of things that are still in alpha. Look at this, all these achievements I'm getting, it's insane. Even the PvP is still very much on alpha, the PvE is on alpha, the co-op basically is on alpha. Even the clans and those sorts of things are in alpha. But man, I'm gonna remember you, Ryson. Level 33, absolute whale. This guy was insane. He had like all the cards in the world that he needed to help us push, and it was absolutely insane. The party he had just now just consisted of like an insane number of mages, and I believe he had a card that increases the mage class damage or something. He didn't use this back row card. I think he had it used for something else. But he had a card that affects all his mages, and it was absolutely insane. So yeah, this guy was pretty crazy. And looking at the rest of his profile right now, I realized that this guy he's really stacked. Like look at his tier fives, right? He's really stacked. And I mean, he definitely carried a lot of the fight. So thanks a lot to Ryson. I mean, you gave me a great run. I've never had such a long run. I think the most waves I've been to it's like in the 20s, as far as I know. But man, I reached wave 54 in a single run thanks to this guy. And this MVP is my character. I used this Cavalier, who is definitely a very powerful Lancer unit, and I really like this unit. She has contributed to me in a lot of the like a lot of my battles, and I like warriors generally, but I feel that this thing is just a monster by itself. Cavalier is absolutely powerful, but the MVP is only recorded for your own team. You don't get to see the overall MVP because I guess it's not really a competition in the PvE. And look at the number of tokens I get. I almost got the same number of tokens as I currently have with me, cumulatively, and that's pretty insane. So I'm just going to confirm that, and I'm just going to continue to show you guys a little bit about this new game I've been having around. So let me hide these the game controls. Yeah, let me hide those because those are a little bit annoying. So first off, give me a sec. Let me just. All right. So yeah, let's just collect all these rewards. These are pretty insane. And I must say, it's really nice when you have a good player like that to carry you because I've had really bad experiences when I tried this game in the first few days because a lot of my allies are, around my level or less, or they just whales, but they don't really know how to play. Like they just bought everything, and so there was like very little communication in the way we traded cards, and also uh, you know they ju- them just doing their own thing, and I'm myself just doing my own thing, and we end up dying. So yeah, that is pretty unfortunate, but it's really nice when you have a player that actually knows what he's doing, and you get to work with him and trade characters and push all the way as far as you need to. Now I know there are a lot more insane players out there, and I can't wait to keep progressing in this. So this is my first video I'm making about Arcana Tactics, and I'm not sure how many of you have checked it out. It's a pretty new game. It came to the Play Store sometime in May, I believe, middle of May. And a lot of things are still in alpha. The game has a lot of bugs, and I really like the art style, and I really like what the developer has done with the content and the strategy involved, which is why I want to support this game. And oh wow, this is crazy. Look at this. So cleared 20 waves. So yeah, that's the first time I'm passing 20 waves. Wow. These are all the respective bosses of each wave, and then I open 20 chests. So that's nice to know. 800 gems just straight away. Cleared 30 waves. Okay. This is diamonds, right? This is diamonds, and then there is 35. Oh wow. Oh yeah. I'm gonna go all the way to 50. That's insane. Right, there we go. 50 waves. Wow. If I had cleared one more wave, I would have made it to 55, I think, right? That's 54. or was it 53? I can't remember. But anyway, so this is called um, rubies, and this is like sort of the premium currency in the game. And there's also the free version to it, which I'm not sure why. These are the diamonds, and as you can see, I've not spent for anything basically. So all the diamonds are free diamonds, which I've collected from within the game. And not just that, let me show you guys my progress. I'm now in chapter 6. I am halfway through chapter 6, and I got a little bit bored of PvE, just solo PvE. I thought I'd go into a co-op, and best decision I've ever made. That was super fun. Wait, hang on. My controllers are appearing again or something? Okay, no. This is game controls. Do I still have to lower the opacity? Okay, BlueStacks is weird like that sometimes. So I'm playing this on BlueStacks. As some of you may know, BlueStacks is a mobile emulator, so it emulates any kind of mobile device, and this one is an Android emulator, so you have Google Play Store and you can play all the games on Play Store just as you would on your regular phone. And it depends on the type of game you're playing. It's really tricky to play games that use your fingers a lot, like Fruit Ninja and maybe Clash Royale and stuff like that. Not really ideal to be played on BlueStacks, but anything that you can play on your mouse and keyboard, yeah, those are pretty much the best games for you to pull out in through this. So let me continue to show you my roster. This is my current roster. I'm just starting to level up all my heroes, and let me just quickly scroll down. So all of this I managed purely without purchasing any diamonds or rubies. If I'm not mistaken, the only thing I did actually purchase, because I gotta be honest with you guys, I have nothing to hide here. The only thing I actually purchased was the first time pack, right? This one. So there's a first time pack, and it doesn't give you any diamonds, it doesn't give you any rubies. The only thing it gives you is special Arcana Summon times 10. And it's just like 10 tickets, and for me, it was the cheapest. And since it's a once in a lifetime thing, I usually support just these packages in any game if I really like it. And I felt that for 20 bucks in my currency, which is like what, $5 in US currency or something, I felt that it was pretty a decent trade. And also that's probably the price of this game, to be honest, if I were to just buy this game as is. Unfortunately, that's not actually the case, because like most mobile games, especially in PvP games, there's going to be some continuous monetization, and I realized by looking at the shop that that could be the case in a few more times, because as you can see, the number of monetization packages is pretty insane. Any game that has more than 10 ways to sell things, you know the direction they're going. They want your wallet to be basically stuck in credit mode into their system. But regardless, I'm gonna just continue playing as free to play as I can after suspending this once in a lifetime package. So basically, I've spent $5 on this game, and I'm gonna look at it that way. And if it doesn't offer me much progress, hey, that's just too bad. I will leave this and move on to a better one. But so far, from my experience, it's been super duper fun. The way the strategy in this game works revolves a lot around combining heroes, and I never really liked these games because I felt like you got to rely too much on gacha just to get the right heroes and to combine them. But I soon realized that you can, really quite easily unlock all these heroes. So these leftmost heroes, I had them, as is for free, and all of these ones in the first bar were also granted to me just by the game itself. And over here is what the missions, a lot of the main missions actually gave me, and some of which I got from the opening the chests and stuff like that. And here are stuff that I only could get through actual gacha chess pools. And once again, no money involved. I did all this just by luck, and also some here. And there are certain ways to negate that luck to some extent, because as you can see, I've got all my tier 1s, 2s, and 3s fully unlocked. My tier 4s are in decent progress, I would say, and I got some tier 5s too. So just to let you guys know what to do when you're in this game. So sometimes these games can be a little bit overwhelming. Like we all know the gacha aspect. So I already like how you have all these, like, a lot of things, clutters going on the right hand side. And of course you have your stamina, your gold, your premium currency, normal currency, all these stuff going on up here. You got your mailbox, your settings, your inventory, and all that. So Okay, fine. We got all these basic stuff in here. Of course, your profile is over here. You got a few things that you can look at over here. This is my profile. You guys can check it out. So, yeah, we have those things. And then they got these timed events. None of these have started yet, so there's just a little bar there. But everything else that you need to like focus on mainly in terms of management is all here on the bottom left. Now, this is all management stuff. You got to use whatever is here to do these things on the right, and that's basically it. So I really like the design, and they've given a good amount of space for you to look at the character that you want to display here. So this is essentially their version of Thor. They call him the Viking, and it's really cool. It was a new banner character sort of, so it's like a limited time summon, and I believe it'll be on rotation or something like that. But it was here. You can come to the hero summons and you can switch it, and this is like one of the hidden hero summons. They're limited characters, and they allow you to get a hidden merge branch, meaning something that is not in that tree that I was showing you guys earlier. This is on top of that, so it's something totally new. So that's pretty interesting, if you ask me. And of course, you have your basic hero summons, which is all inside here. So it's about 600 diamonds, and as you can see, I have this is called diamonds, right? Is it called diamonds? I can't tell. Anyway, so I have about 600 diamonds here, as you can see. So I pumped this thing several times just to see, how my luck goes. And hey, it's pretty good. I think if you do the 8 times, um, almost like 25%, like 1 out of 4 times, you're gonna get a 5-star character, which is a really, really, really high chance for any gacha game that I've ever played. I think 1 in 4 times is insane. Like compared to the worst games in terms of gacha, which is like Marvel Future Fight. In Future Fight, they had a lot of paywall characters, and they also had a lot of this like gambling system involved and stuff like that. So it was pretty much gacha because you got to spend money in order to like try your chance at getting a character, and it was insane. And certain things, of course, you can buy premium currency and you can spend premium currency and just get the characters you want. Yes, you can do that, but it is way too expensive. But and then there's also stuff like Genshin Impact, which forces you to also pay to try to increase your chances of getting a character. But the percentages in those games are insanely low. The chances of you actually pulling something, out of your actual luck is like winning the actual lottery. That's how ridiculous it is. And quite frankly, for those people who spend like tens of thousands in these games, you rather spend those tens of thousands buying the lottery ticket, and you might actually hit the jackpot. But anyway, that's an interesting thing to think about, huh? So over here, for these 600 gems, I believe at the start of the game I had like a code that was given by the developers. It is over here in this new section, and over here they'll ask you to enter your promo code. All the new user coupon notice can be found here, so you can actually see the coupons that they have granted. As you can see, there's a bunch over here. So there's one that gives you 5,000 diamonds or something. Yeah, there's one that gives you 5,000 diamonds. So basically, this is available to any new player. And once you come in and you pump those in, you'll be having a lot of diamonds. So I spent all my 5,000 diamonds just pumping out heroes and pumping out arcanas and relics. And these are the only three things that are in the gacha system. How they basically work is these are your characters. These are like the cards that improve all your characters, or a specific type of like a class of characters. And these are your relics, which are essentially attachments that will improve your characters further specifically. And I know it sounds a little bit tedious to have this equipment system, and I'm kind of defensive about this one. I'm fine with these two. I think these two are great. You have heroes, and then you have the cards that change the way your team works. But having equipment for individual heroes, I feel, is just too much work. Plus, it is excluding the fact that each of your hero can also be individually leveled. But there are benefits. There are benefits to it. The first benefit of why you want to level up heroes, regardless of their level, is because of the passives that you unlock. And part of those passives include improving the entire class for the hero. So as you can see here, this one is cleric class hero, and cleric class hero. So these stat bumps affect the hero all the way until they reach the final tier. as long as they are in the cleric class. So clerics are these. So any of these heroes in the cleric class will have improved stats because you leveled up the tier 1 characters, and that's pretty interesting. But for the fact that you gotta do this in total with all the heroes that you got, man, that's pretty insane. So these are the two things so far that I don't really like about this game. I feel that there's too much for you to farm and scale, because the game involves around a very unique strategy of combining and solving puzzles. That's essentially what you're doing. And you also have the elements involved, the class types involved. So as you can see, there's a system which determines the type of character, sort of like your Pokemon elements. And then you have the role of the character, and then you have the class of the character. So you have all these elements already. It makes the game already super complex. So this could scare new players away. So my advice, if you plan to pick up this game, or if you're the developer, in fact, is to try to simplify the strategy, and for the new players, try to not get overwhelmed by this as much as you can. Because it may seem overwhelming, but once you start playing, you realize that the way the story progresses, you'll kind of understand what you're doing, because you learn along the way. But there is a bit of studying involved. You gotta try to play around with this, and eventually you get familiar with it. And trust me, this is nothing compared to remembering the 151 Pokemon, so you'll be absolutely fine. But regardless, it's a pretty interesting system. It's just that the tediousness of the gears. Oh yeah, and the gears gotta go in here. Let's say you have a character. You have this passive. Oh no, it's under info, but tier 1 characters can't have equipments. So you gotta be like tier 2 and above. So there you go. You can equip the relic here. And if you equip this one, as you can see, it improves this character stats, but doesn't say anything about improving the character after this. So I'm not sure how this is going to help. However, I do know that there are 5-star equipments, of which I don't have any, and I do believe it's a possibility that the 5 stars improve for all characters. But I haven't got one, so I can't really be too sure about that. But I think that is the case because I've heard people talking about it. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, super interesting. We have these two things, this equipment system that I feel just, they gotta do something about it. They gotta either like limit it or nerf it. It's gotta go, otherwise it's gonna ruin the existing gacha system, because these two are fine. These two are brilliant, and I love them. They're super fun. The rates are super high, which is really nice for new players. Especially, it feels very rewarding when you come after a hard day of farming all these things, and you roll and you actually get what you're looking for. It's super fun. And even if you don't get what you're looking for, at least you're getting a top tier card. You feel that hey, it's okay. It's still a good card instead of just getting trash, which is what it felt like playing a lot of other mobile games. So yeah, that's pretty great. That is pretty interesting. The shop system, in terms of the packages, I mean, like, have like 5 guys. This is insane. Have like 5. Seriously, this game is new. Don't ruin it. Then they have skin system, and they just announced that in the new update that these skins will start increasing your character stats as well, which means that these are essentially going to be premium currency in the future. It's sort of going to be like Seven Deadly Sins, the what do you call that? Netmarble game. I think even Future Fight has it, where the uniforms actually improve the character stats, and based on the number of uniforms you have, it's cumulative. So yeah, that's why the whales will always be whales, and you can never catch up to them. You can never, no matter how good of a player you are, you can't. Then they have this general shop, which is the thing I love the most. In the general shop, you can actually buy premium items for sometimes even gold, sometimes even diamonds. And diamonds you can easily farm for now. But I think once I complete the missions, diamonds will be a little bit hard, because you're going to eventually run out of achievements, you're going to run out of missions, and then you're going to have to want to look at your wallet and say, sorry, brother, you got to go. And you're going to come to that situation eventually. But until then, you can just have fun as you wish, I guess. So some of these things will be available for gold as well sometimes. You just gotta be lucky. So just to prove it to you, let me pump some diamonds into this and get these 3 Arcana summon tickets, because it's reasonable. Instead of me needing to buy rubies, I just spend diamonds. This is relic summon. I'm not gonna be bothered with that. I don't really want to support that idea. Alright, let me refresh. Oh, I got no more ads as well. I spent all my ads as well. So yeah, unfortunate I can't refresh it, but it's alright. Let's just check whether we can do any pulls. Let's go to the summon. How many Arcana summon cards do I have? I have 8. I need 2 more to be able to do a bulk summon. Because for some reason the Arcana summon is 10 times, whereas the Hero summon is 8 times or something like that. And this one is called Arcana Crystal Summon. It doesn't have major Arcana, but it allows you to summon regular Arcana. But it's 1,000 diamonds to have your chance at it, so it's pretty crazy. But yeah, this is the major Arcana summon, but you gotta have tickets. And I want to wait until I get 10 because it's more fun that way. So I'm not gonna spend anything here. And also, let me show you the Arcana system. This is what it looks like. You have a bunch of different decks, and as you swap them out, they have different effects for your heroes. They affect your spells, your class heroes overall, and they have all these different variations. So all this strategy is really fun. I really love this strategy concept. The combining of heroes concept is one of my most favorite. As you can see, like if I want to make a striker, for example, I gotta combine a paladin and a monk. To get a paladin, I need to have um, 2 swordsmen. To have a monk, I need to have a warrior and spirit. It doesn't show you exactly which to combine here. They like click this one, like for example, so monk. A monk, you need a warrior and spirit to combine to get a monk, and a monk can be combined to make all of these. So this system is super fun. I love whoever designed this. Kudos to you. You're an absolute mad lad to come for coming up with this system. But please do not let them like ruin your ideas by just forcing money out of people. That's not the way to go. Which is why I'm sticking to my to what I've said. I'm not going to spend anything besides this once in a lifetime purchase because I feel that this is a decent price for me to support the game, and I want the game to be less gacha, and I mean not less gacha, more gacha, but less premium, and I would gladly spend for like monthly packages if it didn't cost so much. So yep, that's pretty much it. Just a simple thing I wanted to show you guys today because I didn't expect to reach that such a far stage. I'm starting to have fun a little bit more in this game in terms of the story, the multiplayer, the progress, leveling, and all these things. If you guys haven't checked it out, you should definitely check out Arcana Tactics. But it's a new game. It's gonna be bugs. You're gonna have a lot of crashes, and I feel that despite all of that, if the developer actually goes beyond that and fixes the game more so than focusing on monetization, we should support them. But if all you see them patch is the packages and they don't really fix the bugs, then yeah, just ditch it, guys. Move on, move on. There's so many good games out there. So yeah, that's it from me. See you guys next time. By the way, this Viking is awesome. You guys should get him. Adios.